Well, good morning. Yeah. Talking about marriage today, and I don't have my bag. Usually I pull something out of my bag. Oh, hi. Couple more coming. Usually I pull something out of my bag, but I actually have an object to show you that has to do with marriage, and I'm wearing it. Does anybody have any idea what it might be that I'm wearing? My wedding ring. All right. Hi. You coming up here? No? Okay. We'll think about that one. Okay, my wedding ring. All right. And I'm going to try to get it off. Okay. Now, we know that people have been using wedding rings for at least 6,000 years. That's a long, long time for a tradition to keep going like this. And the biggest thing that's changed about wedding rings, and it had changed quite recently, is that for a woman's wedding ring, what do you usually see attached to it? A gem, a crystal. What kind of crystal? What kind of gem? Anybody know?
A white one.
A diamond. A white one. A diamond. Yeah. I thought it was interesting. The girls answered that one first. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so a diamond onto a woman's wedding ring. Okay. Pretty diamond. Yeah, they are pretty. But that hasn't really been that common through history. That's something that really has just come up just recently. And you know, people try to think about, well, why wedding rings? There was also a time where it was very common for the man to give a ring to the woman, but the man to not have a ring. Part of that has to do with something that happened years and years and years ago. I mean, just centuries ago. Men would bring a bag of gold or silver, and they would give that to the bride as part of the wedding, okay? And that was just kind of a way of saying to the bride, the man was saying to the bride that he was going to take care of her and provide for her, and he did that through precious metals. So the whole precious metal thing, gold or silver, that's part of it. But there's one other thing that the wedding ring is meant to symbolize, and that is eternity. Eternity. What's eternity? Never end. That it never ends. Keeps going round and 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 round. I better stop, all right? Round and round and round. Eternity, that's what we really think a wedding ring was all about, that it symbolized eternity. Now, in our gospel lesson for today, Jesus was talking to a group called the Sadducees. And they were sad, you see, because, that's a bad joke, isn't it? Yeah. They were sad, you see, because they didn't believe that when people died, there was a resurrection from the dead. Okay, and Jesus corrected them on that teaching, but he also corrected them on something else. Because people were confused that weddings and marriages continued into heaven. Now, I hate to break your bubble, folks, okay, because a lot of people believe this, think this, that we stay married once we die. But we don't stay married once we die. Marriage is a gift God has given us for this life on earth. So God does want our marriages to be long and healthy and happy. He wants them to be eternal on earth. Okay? But once we die and go to heaven, we are good friends. Yep, good friends, but we're not married anymore. Now, one other thing that I like about my wedding ring, and a lot of people have the same thing going on, is even when I take it off, can you see where it was? Can you see that? Can you see that? You can see where my ring was, even if I'm not wearing my ring. The ring finger, yep, that's called the ring finger. And I think that's a good thing. I don't have to be wearing it to be reminded that I'm married to that one right over there. You want to stand? No. Are you wearing yours today? Oh, yeah, okay, good, yeah, good thing. So, marriage is a blessing, marriage is a gift, marriage is something that God has given us for this life, for this earth. And when we get to heaven, we get to be friends with the people that we were married to in this life. Thanks for coming up. Continue with our hymn of the day.